Amazon has canceled orders for multiple products made in China and other Asian countries, according to a document reviewed by Bloomberg and people familiar with the matter, suggesting the company is reducing its exposure to tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump. The orders for beach chairs, scooters, air conditioners, and other merchandise from multiple Amazon vendors were halted after Trump's April 2nd announcement that he planned to levy tariffs on more than 180 countries and territories, including China, Vietnam, and Thailand, the people said. The timing of the cancellations, which had no warning, led the vendors to suspect it was a response to tariffs. An Amazon spokesperson declined to comment. The company identified international trade disputes as a risk factor in its annual report released in February. China-based suppliers provide significant portions of our components and finished goods, the company said. It's unclear how widespread the cancellations are and how many types of merchandise they affect. One vendor who has been selling beach chairs made in China to Amazon for more than a decade received an email from the company last week that said it was canceling some purchase orders it placed in error and instructed the vendor not to ship them. The email, which was reviewed by Bloomberg, didn't mention tariffs. The vendor said the $500,000 wholesale order was nixed after the chairs had already been manufactured, leaving this person on the hook to pay the factory and find other buyers. The vendor, who spoke on condition of anonymity for fear of retaliation from Amazon, said the company had never canceled one of its orders in such a manner. Scott Miller, a former Amazon vendor manager who now works as an e-commerce consultant, said Amazon canceled orders for merchandise made in China and other Asian countries from several of his clients. The cancellations came without warning, he said, and could force vendors to renegotiate terms with the e-commerce company. Amazon really holds all of the cards, said Miller, founder and CEO of PD Plus in Minneapolis. The only real recourse vendors have is to either sell this inventory in other countries at lower margins or try to work with other retailers. The beach chair vendor and Miller said Amazon canceled direct import orders, a process in which Amazon buys inventory wholesale in the country in which it is made and ships the products to its warehouses in the United States. Amazon serves as the importer of record for the orders, which means it pays tariffs when the products reach U.S. ports. Amazon has been importing items this way for years as a way to reduce costs, since Amazon can often use bulk shipping rates to import items at lower cost than vendors. Canceling those orders puts the tariff exposure back on vendors if they import merchandise to the U.S. by other means. Items Amazon buys directly from vendors account for about 40% of the products sold on its website. The rest of the company's sales are made by independent merchants who essentially rent digital shelf space from Amazon, paying the company commissions and fees for logistics and advertising.